Good afternoon. Got a later start today. And a busy morning. Jumping into dailies. Just gotta check to make sure microphone is actually working. Looks like it's good. We'll likely try to do maybe a couple of clowns or something. Maybe some Vicus. I don't know. It just depends on what guys are on in the Discord. We shall see. Last night, the raid night stream, we did 1 through 6 Grill on my Pistoleer, hard mode. We also did 1 through 5 hard mode on my Artillerist, in 60 already. That was fun. The Barrage Enhancement Artillerist kind of sucks for the latter part of Grill. Like, Gate 5 was a huge pain in the ass. There's like no opportunities for going into a wheelchair. Like, almost every normal mech that happens is like anti-wheelchair. Like, either freezes you in place, or it does like 60% of your health. Like, you almost need a support to just set on top of you if you want to actually do damage. Like, if I was an Artillerist main, I would switch to firepower for Gate 5 for sure. And maybe Gate 6. For sure Gate 5 though. There's like no point in being Barrage for Gate 5. It just feels bad. It was wonderful for normal because you can just ignore the max. Like, the max didn't do enough damage to you where it was like a problem. But yeah. It's like as soon as you get into your wheelchair, she immediately is gonna do a mac to you. Like, immediately. It's like she knows. Like, oh, coast is clear, getting in my wheelchair, and then, nope, there's a mech. And then you're just holding on to the wheelchair. And you could say, yeah, you're gonna try to memorize all the normal patterns, but they're mostly random, so it just doesn't work. Like, she could decide she's gonna do, like, the blue pineapples that, like, freeze you in place. Like, she could decide to do that, like, 4 times in a row if she wanted. And then she usually follows that up with, like, a red AoE attack that will do 60% of your health. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to be better at the Barrage. Maybe that's my problem. So I just suck at it. I feel firepower would be infinitely better for Gate 5. Like, Barrage is really good for Gate 4. Because you don't get knocked off and stuff. And it's really easy to know what damage you can tank and so forth. Just stay away from anything that's purple. Always never certain if the pet got certain things. Oh, I already did too. Look at me go. Look at me go. Our Discord is growing to be quite the monstrosity. Let's do monkey. Looks great. Just need support now. There it is. Done. When you're 1590, people apply very quickly. Versus my other characters. It's like you're just permagated. Alright, Gunlancer. Take care of me, bro. No! This was gross. Away from this corner. Gonna be stuck. Alright. Help us all. Away from this corner. Please. Like, it's literally the worst possible spot. There we go. A little breathing room. 1, 2, 3, 5. And just all get it over with. People are dying. That was so terrible for me. His butt just right up against this corner here. Couldn't get behind him. Lost all my stacks. Still got MVP. Did more stagger than the Gunlancer. Alright. Telling you, Pistoleer does a lot of stagger with the plasma bullet. Just gotta put a couple plasma bullets out and you'll be fine. Yes, keep him here. Ah. Oh. Oh. Don't lose your adrenaline stacks. $127, nice. Ooh, 61. That's a good one. They need to get a macro. Every time I do that, I'm like, yeah, let me make a macro. I'm probably gonna die. Oh. That guy. Balenciaga Jibo. There's only Balenciaga. I'm gonna do these Unas. Oh. Ruined by the Slayer. Yeah, I ruined yours. That's what you get for doing a different order.
Horse bandits are hardly pushovers.
Hardly. I'm accumulating a little bit of silver these days, I would say. Big magnet on his head. $49.
On duty.
We must stabilize.
I started reading the Way of Kings. Highly recommend it if you're into fantasy books. I'm on book 2 now. They're long, but it's very easy to read. But just wonderful story.
This research was quite tricky.
There's this whole, like, fictional fantasy science in it. It's kind of cool. What am I doing? Catch a crook. I would say in terms of like the greatest fantasy books of all time, like obviously like The Hobbit is there, like The Lord of the Rings, like when you're a kid, like it's a wonderful thing. But there's 16, I think it's 16 books by Robin Hobb. Starts with The Assassin's Apprentice. Like those books are, like in the totality of them, are #1 on my list, I would say. And then so far #2 would be the Way of the King, Way of the King, Way of the Kings. Is it Kings or King? And then Game of Thrones would probably be #3. Everybody thinks Game of Thrones is hard to read, but it's actually pretty straightforward language. Alright. I finally have some gold. I sold all of my marvelous stones for like 26,000. Have to rebuild from the ground up. The reason I ran out of gold is I 5x3'd my scrapper. That's the word I was looking for.
This will improve your life.
I built my scrapper out. I like Scrapper because they did such a good job with the sound design. So it makes you feel like you're really pummeling the shit out of somebody. Is that good? Keen Blunt. That seems like it might be good. Ambush Master Grudge. I feel like these used to be worth a lot in the past. Now let's find out. And not worth anything. Sadness. Probably the wrong stat. Gonna have to organize this at some point. It's just a big mess of shit. I don't even know what these things are. So I have Clown and Vicus left on this guy. I'll probably save it for somebody that needs carried. Moving into the Artillerist. Should probably cut that. Let's go cut this bracelet. See if we can get something better. Problem is I have hammer on the one I currently have. So it's hard to compete. But this does have more spec. Come on, crit and hammer. There's some crit. Come on, hammer. Can we do it? No. Sadness.
New adventurers, talk to me if you...
I think I got some free hones I can do. Uneventful. Like I should get these over, but gold, you know.
Hello, adventurer.
Like it would be nice to keep some gold. I definitely think that there's too much homework in this game. Like, I think if they made it so that you only have to do one Chaos and one Guardian, that would feel a lot better. And then if they unbound or like made it roster wide for accessories, that would be nice. Like truly make the game an alt friendly game. And then it opens up people to playing other characters and trying more things out. And then if I could somehow participate in helping, I realize it's like people just sell buses infinitely and forever. But if there was a way to like make it so that you could help your guildmates out or something. Like, it'd be cool if I could help more people out with, like, Clown or something on my main. It's like, well, this week I only get to help one person. But than the people that do buses are making bajillions of gold. Like, I don't know how you would make that possible, but then prevent the busing from getting out of hand. Nobody knows. I also wish the PvP was better in this game. Like when the game first came out, I did a lot of PvP on my Deadeye. Sniping people and stuff. I have some like really crappy highlight videos I was making when I was like, hey JT. How's it going? JT, I think you were the 100th subscriber on the YouTube channel, so congratulations on that achievement. I feel like I should buy you a cake with some balloons. Well, I appreciate that. The channel's still very new. I've only been doing this like a couple months so far, so it's... I made the decision to not keep it private and just start putting things out there
Hello,
that
adventurer.
I was doing anyway, so... Seemed like to make... You know, just to make sense doing that. And like nobody plays the the Pistoleer, so there's a lot of demand and interest in that from the people in my little Discord. And we'll see if we can get to 1,000. That'd be cool. 1,000 subscribers. I think YouTube sends you a cake or something. Low pangs are very exciting content. The most exciting. The question is, how do you set up your low pang? You know? New people hear the word low pang a lot, probably, and they have no idea what's going on. To explain the basics of low panging, you go under your Una task, all available location, and type low pang in. You get these quests. The ones you want to do are Arthentine, Shoeshire, and Vern. They give you the most silver. And what you do is you go to Low Pang Island. Let's see what JT says. Yeah, but with that update coming, you being ahead of the game. Yeah, I might get some good recognition and gain some subs from that. That would be cool. We shall see. So you go to this island here on Low Pang, and you run over to Warehouse 2, and you put your first Bifrost there. And I put the Bifrost from bottom to top. So you do Low Pang start at the bottom here, and then 1, 2, and then you end on North Vern at the top because you actually want to like go. You want to be in North Vern, you know, for the ending of your low panging. And then you have access to Vern Castle. So the 101 of being a low pang slave. And then do that on all of your characters. Let's do Hannah Montana. Artism. Look at this guy go. Level 10 gems on the artist. He is committed. Fully pot committed to that artist. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen a level 10 gem support before. That's a first for me. The Markness asked how'd Brel go last night. Wouldn't you like to know, Markness? Wouldn't you like to know? We did 1 through 6. It took us I think we did, I don't know, 8 pulls, maybe 8 to 10 pulls on gate 6. We had some pretty stupid deaths going on. We would have got it, I think, in like 4 pulls, but we had to make a very strict rule during the times 7 shield phase thing that you're not allowed to do any attacks when red pings go out, because we had everyone alive. I think maybe like 1 person was dead, and somebody killed half of us by attacking one of the meteors that was coming through, one of the red ones. Just murdered everybody. So that changed the way we did Burrell forever. Yep. Typical Burrell Gate 6. Yeah, in our run, I learned that Gate 5 sucks for Barrage Artillerists. Because you cannot go in your wheelchair during Gate 5 without being punished severely. Like, I think if I was an artillerist main, I would make firepower secondary, and then literally use firepower for 5 and maybe even 6. Yeah, it's really bad. Because all the normal mechs, like she just like randomly will do the blue pineapple that freezes you in place, and then immediately follows that up with like a red AoE, and that red AoE will take 80% of your health. Like, it's like percentage based, so it doesn't matter that I'm in the wheelchair and I get damage reduction. Like, stuff like that just doesn't work for the class. Because the amount of time that it takes just to like go through the wheelchair rotation, it's like you're guaranteed to get nuked by some normal pattern. Or shotguns, or... yeah, just, there's so many. Like, basically, you kind of are 100% dependent on counters and the few moments that she's like down for the count after you do shapes. I gotta find out from what's going on with my wife and mother-in-law. We are apparently looking at another house tonight at like 7 o'clock. So that's gonna happen, and I don't know how long that's gonna happen for. If it happened like now, yeah, I could do it now, but obviously people aren't gonna be up on it right now. Yeah, maybe. It's just, yeah, we could actually do that. And then our group's just gonna do like a whole bunch of Vicuses anyway tonight. And not everybody's gonna participate. But I should be available a little earlier than 10. So I think my wife's gonna be pretty knocked out. And we won't have anything planned outside of that house. Looking at houses. Alright. I think we've been trying to buy a house for like 4 years now. We have gobs of money saved up, and the housing market is completely insane. People are out of their goddamn minds. Like, we'll go look at a house, it'll like, we go look at a house, like, we'll look at the one tonight. Like, it went on the market today. We'll go look at the house, and we'll consider the house. And while we're considering it, the house will receive, like, 15 offers that are $20,000 to $50,000 above asking. They're waiving the inspections, and that's it. That's the offer. So, and what doesn't make any sense to me about it is that people are getting like a 7-8% interest rate on the mortgage, and what'll happen to them, which is inevitable, is they will purchase this house with the 8% interest rate, and then let's say in 3-4 years they're like, oh, we'll refinance the house. They will then have to get the house appraised, and the appraisal will not show that the house is worth $50,000 above asking, and it'll be worth $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 below what they bought it for. And then they'll be completely fucked on the refinancing of their loan, of their mortgage. And so many people are going to be in that situation in like 3-4 years, and it just, like, they're out of their minds, like completely bonkers. So like our realtor, which we've had to negative equity. Like, our realtor hates us because we make shitty offers on houses, like comparably to everybody else. Like, we'll go into a house and my wife and I'll be talking, and I'll be like, we went and saw this house, like, I guarantee it was like 4 or 5 years ago in 2019, the house was probably worth $190,000. Okay, and they're trying to sell it with no changes to it for 300,000. And we go into this house, and I'm like, this house can't be worth more than 200K. Like it can't be, and they're trying to get 300,000 for it. And my wife's like, well, maybe we should get it. It's got a nice yard and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, there's no way that we could get any value back on this house. Like we could, like maybe if you rented it for like $2,500, but we're wanting to live in it. And it literally sold for 310. And it just was like, what are these people doing? Like they're out of their minds. Like this was like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath ranch with like a yard. It's like 1,500 square feet, $300,000. Well, it's got a great location. The schools nearby are wonderful. It's like, no, doesn't matter. People are stupid. So we go look at houses as more of like entertainment, because we know that there's no way that we're gonna actually get something at the value that the thing is worth. And that's my rant about the housing market. So stupid. It's frickin' investors and companies buying real estate make high offers because there's no loan usually. Yeah, there is that too, but you also had this like exodus of people from the coast. There's like coastal money coming to the Midwest because like I live in Ohio, and we had like this influx of coastal people coming with their coastal salaries, working remotely. They're coming here and they're like, oh my god, our $200,000 salary is worth so much here. And because in the Midwest everything is so much cheaper than the coast. JT says paid $275,000 for ours at the beginning of 2020, had it appraised 3 weeks ago. They said 380. Sounds nice, but in my area now you can't get anything for 400K. That's actually nice. Yeah, like the appraisals right now will align with the insanity of the market. But like 4 or 5 years from now, when the demand, the supply and the demand are actually like normalized, because like the demand is so high right now. Like every single house will have 20 offers on it. Like you put your house on the market, you could sell it in a day. It doesn't matter, you know, what the house is. Like, unless you're selling a house that has like dead bodies in it, you know, like you're gonna be able to make a killing on anything. We had to change our realtor like a couple of times because they get frustrated with us for our offers. The Markness says a lot less Gen Z because millennials aren't having kids. The market is going to crash. Yeah. I definitely think the market's going to crash for sure. Like it's just, it's basically the equivalent of, you know, like a stock market bubble where everything is way overpriced and the value of things is not being factored in. Like it can't be like, this can't be like a normal thing. Like it shouldn't be viewed as like, oh yeah, this is the new market. This is it. This is the new baseline for housing market. Is everything is now $100,000 more than what it was 5 years ago. Like that doesn't make any sense. JT says rental companies are going hard too. We have them come to us once a month offering cash for our house. Yeah. That's like we've been we're sort of jailed in our apartment that we're in. Like, because if we left this apartment that we're in, we would have to, like, immediately our rent would go from, I think we're paying $1,900 a month right now for the rent, and it's a 2-bedroom apartment. Our rent would go from $1,900 a month to like $2,300 a month if we like tried to find the equivalent apartment somewhere. So we're sort of like stuck here because we get the discount for being like, we locked in this price, you know, in 2019. So like we don't want to go anywhere because of that. There was also like, I think like Zillow had like an algorithm just like buying people's houses as well. It's like, and they got in trouble for doing that. Very briefly got in trouble for doing that. There definitely needs to be, like, similar to how they like mark things off as like, okay, this is where you can put like industrial buildings, and this is where you can put gas stations, and you know, like when you get into a neighborhood and you can only put neighborhood houses there. They should probably consider putting limitations on how many, like who can buy out an entire neighborhood and then rent it out. So it's like, oh, here's the American dream with all the houses and the white picket fence, and then it's like, oh, 90% of it is owned by BlackRock and Zillow. And then we're gonna mark it up by 150% so that our stock price goes from $500 a share to $800 a share in a matter of a couple months. Yeah, zoning laws for qualified buyers. Exactly. Look at you, Mark, knowing all the words that I'm trying to actually say. You're like my summarized interpreter. People are nuts. I also understand, like, Mark says, hopefully it crashes and all these companies are left taking enormous losses. Yes, that would be good. But then we'll probably be forced to bail them out, you know. Well, it'll just be 2008 all over again. JT says, I live in an HOA and 46% is owned by rental companies. Yep. You best get your butt on that HOA board, man. Don't let all those old lady boomers control the HOA. I actually did a website for an HOA, and it was like the most annoying website I've ever done. They were so annoying to work with. They were like, my grandson says that he could do the website for free. Why do we need to be paying you? Well, go ahead. You can have a really awful website. The HOA is locked down and no one can get on it, unfortunately. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Like, HOAs are probably one of the most, like, political things. Like, one of those, like... Maybe Mark can find the words for me. But it's like... You have people that they're retired, and they live in the neighborhood, and they have nothing but time on their hands. And they come up with all of the stupidest things to care about. And then it ruins everybody's life that actually, like, is a normal person. Like, we're gonna up the cost of your HOA to $500 a month, so that way we can put in a man-made pond with a weirdly loud engine that keeps the water level high. And we're gonna impose this on you. And then when you're in your backyard, you get to listen to this engine pumping water into the pond.
Hello, adventurer.
Today is rant about the real estate market day. That's what today is. JT says, and like you said, old ladies, I'm 35, hella tattooed man, ain't no way they would ever let me on. Yeah. It's a tough thing. You have to, like, play their game somehow. Like, my buddy is on his, he managed to get on his HOA board. And I think the reason he was able to get on there is because he offered them, like, he was willing to take over the, like, up their technology and, like, organize their social media. It's like, I'll run our Facebook page. Like, he sort of buttered them up a little bit. And then it helped that he had a bunch of kids. It's just like, look, I'm a stable family man. Running your HOA page on Facebook. Can I get 1560 on my scouter? These are the questions.
New adventurers. Talk to me if you have any questions.
I just need a level 17 weapon. Come on, you can do it. I believe. That's it. That's all I get. 47% artisan.
I swear this will improve your life.
I like that the stream went from like 5 viewers to 2 because I was ranting about the real estate market. Like they're watching and they're just like immediately going, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Or maybe they're immediately calling their spouse and being like, we should probably change. We should refinance now. I think the solution to our problem is that we're gonna have to just build our own house. Like somehow find a construction company that won't rip us off and then buy a piece of land and just build on it. So that way you get like, you're paying for the value of the house that you build. There's that one guy in Canada, I was following his YouTube channel. It's like the chillest YouTube channel of all time. He just is building this house in the woods with his dog. And he doesn't even talk. You just watch him build stuff. And the whole time you're just going like, what's he building now? Like what's he working on? And you're just like infatuated with his process of building a home from scratch out of lumber that he cuts from the trees that are on his property. And everything he does is so brilliantly clever. Like if I was that dude, I would definitely just like live stream myself building. You just build like a huge community. Everyone will come. Da-da-da. Yeah, I'm doing multi-stream. I'm on both YouTube and Twitch. There's people, everybody talks to me on whatever. There's also people that talk to me on Discord too. So I've got a whole screen with like 3 different chats up. It's like Discord, YouTube, and Twitch. I think on the stream itself, like you can see the chat and it'll show the icon for where it comes from. Like obviously, since there's not a lot of people watching, it's there's not a lot of chat boxes that pop up. But it should show, like, you know, this person's communicating from YouTube, this one's from Twitch. On Twitch, I'm Jibo Gaming, I believe, is the Twitch. If you want to follow there. I don't really care too much about the Twitch, but I put it there anyway. Like, I'm more interested in building the YouTube channel out and trying to get partnered with YouTube. And it seems like after yesterday's changes to Twitch, a lot of people are gonna reconsider only live streaming to Twitch and not other places, such as YouTube. But doing a multi-stream seems like a no-brainer to do. If you don't mind paying for the subscription to Streamlabs. It's like $100 for the year, and then you can stream to all kinds of places. You just have to break the individual chats out, otherwise there's like a really big delay in the chat that you're receiving. So like I look at Twitch chat and YouTube chat separately, but then they all show up on the stream. I'm sure the timing of it showing up on stream isn't very quick, but I don't know. I haven't tested that. Ooh, fast fire. Nice. Needed that one. I don't think this will be worth anything. Yeah. Like YouTube is that, and then Twitch is, I think, Jibo Gaming. Somebody actually took Jibo TV on Twitch, which is sad, because that's what I was going for. Like, that's my Twitter is Jibo TV, and then there's also Nolan Gaming. And there's JT on. You put a Maka mad thing up? That's funny. She did, like, grant me something. I don't know what she did. She, like, granted me some sort of thing. So it makes sense that I can use, people can use her emojis. Make a shiny. I'm not quite cool enough to know all of the Twitch things. Someone gifted me a Maka subscription, I think. Yeah, Maka. Well, she did that with me too, I think. She, like, gifted us subscriptions or something to her channel, maybe? I don't know. I honestly don't know how that works. I haven't looked into it enough. Time for some Swift Lancer. JT, your Twitch handle is quite different from your YouTube one. Defowler says, yo, any tips for new Pistoleer mains? I'm one piece off of full relic. Where do I go next? These are good questions you're asking. Let's see, Pistoleer tips. Let me log on my Pistoleer and I'll give you some tips. Let me go into Trixion, and I can give you some Pistoleer tips. So are you wanting tips related to like raiding? Like doing raids and stuff? Oh, this guy's attacking me. I want the scarecrow. I don't want to be attacked. There we go. Alright. So, Pistoleer tips. The main things are just making sure that you've got the right abilities, I guess. Your main damage dealer is Meteor Stream. So Meteor Stream is your main damage, and it can be hit from anywhere. You don't have to do a back attack on it. So you can, be from anywhere and you hit the boss. So that's a wonderful thing. The other thing that you want to make sure you do is you're always applying your synergy, which comes from your grenade. So grenade synergy. You've been playing for like a month and 1462 is your highest. Okay. So your ATO2 grenade is what you put weakness exposure on, which is your 10% crit to all party members. So you want to make sure that when you're approaching the boss, that you apply that first. Like, every chance you get, you want to make sure you reapply it. And it does a dot, and it does good damage. So you want to always start your rotation putting that on, and then I do Plasma Bullet. You can also do Spiral Tracker, but Plasma Bullet's better. And you put Conviction on this, and Conviction allows you to proc Judgment through Equilibrium. And what Judgment does is it reduces the cooldown of anything that follows. So the idea is that you do these 3 setup abilities. So you got Grenade, Plasma Bullet, and then Equilibrium. And you set up your damage with Meteor Stream, Quick Shot, and then Cruel Checker. So you go Grenade, Plasma Bullet, Equilibrium, and you get your Judgment proc, Meteor Stream, Quick Shot, and then Cruel Checker. And you're doing that over and over and over again as part of your rotation. And then you use Dexter Shot to reposition behind the boss so that you're always getting back attacks. So if you're like in front of the boss, use your Dexter Shot to reposition. And then get your Judgment proc, Meter Stream, Quick Shot, Cruel Tracker. And then just over and over and over again. So that's your main rotation. And then Enforced Execution is your counter. And you can put Quick Recharge on that. And so when everything's on cooldown, you hit that so that everything gets their cooldown back a little faster. So, yeah. Other cool things that you can do would be like with Plasma Bullet, when the boss like launches itself in the air, is you can prep 2 Plasma Bullets to go. And then you get a ton of tiny little numbers when you do your grenade and then Equilibrium. And that's kind of fun. But then other stuff would be like, make sure that you are, I got a phone call. I'll be right back, 1 sec. Alright, I'm back. So, Defowler, any other questions you had? You want, like, engravings or anything? Like, your main engraving would be, obviously getting Pistoleer, Adrenaline, Precise Dagger, and Grudge. If I was like 4x3. And then Cursed All can be your 5th. If you want to do that. There's also a Raid Captain build that you can do instead of Cursed All. Which is a little more user-friendly. Markness says, I should have recorded me doing stars on Zerker last night for your channel. Crap. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely should have. I think those videos do pretty good. Like his shorts, I think those get about a 500 to 1,000 views. So pretty nice. Why can't you Song of Escape out of Trixion? You don't have Conviction or Judgment yet? You really need to make sure you get Conviction and Judgment as soon as you can. I think the easiest one to get would be like the Rapport of the Queen, maybe, in North Vern. She gives one, maybe. It's been so long since I got the early ones. And then you gotta save up green stronghold currency, like the green ones. Like just get 27,000 of those, and then when someone that you know shares that they have that vendor in their stronghold, then you can buy it. Where's Rapport at? There's Rapport. Okay. The Queen has, yeah, Blue Judgment. If you get to trust it with her. So I should probably finish her out with the affection. Your engravings are Grudge, Cursed All, Precise Dagger, and Adrenaline 3. And then you have Pistoleer 2. Oh. Oh, you have, you're 3 points off because you gotta buy the books. Or you just need a accessory.
I shall always wait for you.
Yeah? She's always gonna wait for me. What do you think of my guitar solo? Like the idea that you're just like showing up and like, here's my guitar solo. Fowler says I have the books, need an accessory because the only ones on the market are like 20k. Yeah. Are you on NA East? Is that where you're at? As if so, I can keep an eye out for you. Let me just douse her with gifts real quick. Your NA East is in a... Okay. Well, do you know what accessory you need? Like, I have a Swiftness Pistoleer Precise Dagger. It's not spec, which sucks. But I could put that up for you if you want it for the time being. I try to collect these things as I see them. Like, this would be good for the raid captain build, but swiftness, you know, isn't ideal for cursed all, but it's still, you know, you might be 5x3 and that's nice if it works for your build. Well, for something like this, you would need to probably equip Precise Dagger with, as an equipped engraving with Pistoleer, and then have both of those be legendary. And then you would need to do like Grudge and your other accessories. Like, I don't know if that's worth the change. Because ideally you would want Pistoleer Grudge as your equipped engravings, because then it's easy to like change things out. When you're doing chaos, you can change Grudge out for preemptive strike. Possible to inspect you? If you friend me, just send a friend request to Jibo, and then I can inspect you. Your foul beard. Alright, let's look at you. Look at you with your foul beard. Alright. So your stone... What do you got equipped? Adrenaline... Pistoleer... equipped. Okay. Yeah. It's like, since you're using adrenaline as an equipped, I mean, it makes it a little challenging. Because ideally you would have 2 legendary equip engravings. Let me see how much precise dagger is. 400 a buck. Are there even 20 bucks up? Yeah, there's not. How much is adrenaline? Yeah, adrenaline's expensive. What's Grudge these days? Still 9K for Grudge. Wow. Grudge never goes away. Yeah, it's hard to pull off without 2 legendaries here. And then if you you have 9 Grudge, 9 Cursed All, and Adrenaline for books. Okay. Like, in an ideal world, you would probably do a, yeah, I mean, with you being new to the game, like, gold is very hard to come by. Let's see what stones. Like, you should have, like, an adrenaline. Grudge stone? Is that expensive? Probably. Yeah. Because, like, your choices are, if you're wanting to work with the stone, like, this stone technically is not super great for getting 5x3, because you would ideally have a, like a 7-6 at a minimum. Or a 7-7 would be super ideal. But a 7-6 would be, like, would help you a lot in finishing the build. And then if you went, because, like, if you change this stone to Adrenaline Grudge, and then you made Precise Dagger, you're equipped because it's super cheap, and then you, like, gradually bought out 20 of those books, because it would be, they're like 500 gold a book right now, kind of. So you would need 10,000 gold to buy out Precise Dagger, and then your most expensive thing would be your stone, being like Adrenaline Grudge, and then you could get 5x3 pretty easy that way. And then I can send you this Pistoleer Precise Dagger earring if you wanted to go that route. But how much gold do you have? There's also this, I use this really awesome engraving tool. This is how I do my builds. I'll link it in both chats. So you think doing 5x3 now is the move for someone who just made one, or wait till changes come out? You think it will change much? Gotta have a 7-7 stone if you don't have 12x12 bucks. Yeah. Yeah. I think 5x3 should be your goal for sure. And in the short term, if you buy the Precise Dagger books out, then you don't need a 7x7 stone. Um, so that would probably make the most sense in the short term if you want to get 5x3 and then not get gate kept as much. And then you can use that engraving tool to organize your build, so you know what accessories you need to buy and what kind of stone you need and all that. You have 3K right now, haven't done any weeklies yet. You have 3 characters. They'll be doing Vault and Vicusard. Yeah, and if you don't take those boxes, like if you don't declare waste the gold on the boxes, then you'll get even more you can funnel in, which is what I do. But yeah, that would be my recommendation, since you don't have a lot of gold, is every time you see, like, you know, pen precise dagger, and then every time you see books under 500 gold, just buy them out. And then obviously stay away from this crazy person that's trying to sell them for 8,000. And then over, you know, a couple of days, you'll be able to buy the precise dagger books out, and then you can, once you have that, you can work on your stone next and gradually, you know, cut stone. I mean, technically you can use the stone that you have. It's just that you're not really wanting to prioritize Cursed Doll in the short term, I think. But you have the exact build that you want to go. You just need 3 points here. The sad thing about equipping Precise Dagger on this is that you do lose the cheapness of these things. Like Precise Dagger 5 Grudge with spec on it is so cheap. Same thing with this Adrenaline one. Like, I'm sure when you bought these, they were really, really cheap. And then this was probably your more expensive one, the Cursed Doll Adrenaline. Like, that's the alternative. Is either way, you're sort of like paying gold. It's just that the grudge books are so hard to get 20 of when they cost 9,000 gold a book, versus 20 precise dagger ones that cost you 500 gold a book. But you can also, like, keep an eye on, like, if you create presets for the different accessories that you're looking for. Sometimes people are desperate, or they just want to get gold real quick, and they'll put something up for cheap. And you can just every day run through your presets that you're looking for. And then, you know, if you keep in touch, I'll try to save any Pistoleer 3 items. It's very rare for me to get a Pistoleer item in general, but if I get one, I can, you know, keep an eye out. There's also the Handgunner TV guy. His Discord, I think, has a Pistoleer trade thing in it, and you can, like, say what you're looking for there. See if I can get a legendary card selector to drop. If you haven't done these yet, you should make sure you do this for gold, because if a legendary card selector drops, you can, and you get a couple whales in there, they'll bid up to 40,000-50,000 gold. The challenge, I think this is Challenge Abyssal, is what it's called on the thing.
That guy is trying to shoot out powerful energy. Be careful.
No! It like froze me. It's just the Makoko that's alive. He ain't gonna be able to do it. Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably restart. That was stupid. I was too close. And then it instantly stuns you. Silly fight. This guy is kind of annoying though. Now we're good.
That guy, he's trying to shoot out powerful energy. Be careful.
We're not gonna do anything fancy here, we're just gonna dodge.
Powerful energy. Be careful.
This one he changes direction here. Coming for me. Okay. The exact same thing happened to you when you were in this? Yeah, you gotta just focus on not getting nicked by him. If the Makoko knows what times 3 means.
Child.
No. Oh my goodness. No! No! No!
Become one with this child.
Leave me alone.
Del Cruz's power is increasing. Use the golden energy. If we absorb it, we'll be able to obstruct him.
It's like the Shandi mech. I need 3. There we go. Dude's letting all these through? What are you doing, man? Whatever. Gotta get 3 yellow orbs. I'm using pots. There's... See if I can get an ult off this time. Beginning. Ooh, somebody countered. Oh yeah.
Cruz's power is increasing. Use the golden energy. If we absorb it, we'll be able to obstruct him.
These guys don't know what ×3 means. That's fine. Hey, we did it. Let's go.
Become with this child.
Come on, killer. Come on. Yes. Hooray. Badness. On to the next one. I don't know why people don't bid on those. His name is Magic Tissue. This one away from you, sir. Yeah, Slayer. Look at the Slayer go. The burst. Weird doing tiny numbers. 15,000. This guy's just standing there. There it is.
Defeat the ones that divided first. We'll use his power against him.
Oh, didn't crit. Crit would have been a kill there. And the sustained damage award goes to the Pistoleer, not the Slayer. And we didn't get the Selector. Sadness. Oh. Look at this guy. What's your limit for this here? What do you got? What do you got? Huh? Thinking about it? What are you thinking? That's fine. It's fine. This guy. He's taking my cards. There's something I needed to open this time. I had told myself when I was looking at my card books that I should get a certain set. These guys are dancing snow. Here's these guys? Strong courage? I think that's what it was strong courage. Yeah, because this is strong courage. So is black thing, yeah. So I'm gonna do a whole bunch of strong courage this time. Yeah, I think that's what it was, as well as I was trying to get that set, the Umar set. And this guy. Yeah, this guy's also strong courage. A lot of people. So many layers of opening. I'm telling you, this week I'm gonna roll a level 10 damage gem. It's getting close. I need 1/8, and then I'll be able to turn it into a 9, and then I got 2 9s ready for it. It's gonna be exciting. I was doing dailies. There we go. So I'll do Swift Lancer dailies. Scrapper dailies, and then I'll get some lunch. Buy an 8 and do it now? Yeah. Trying to save some gold. I should get it when I do the cube. I got a bunch of like on this character I have 7. Like if I just do a bunch of cubes, I'll have enough. Easiest chaos dungeon in the world. Swift Lancer. Seriously, I got stunned there? I am getting hungry. If you're wanting to save money on food, highly recommend buying massive pork shoulder butt. That's what it says. It says pork shoulder, parentheses, butt. Massive one. And then slow cook that motherfucker in the oven all day with a nice spice rub on it. Spice rub made out of brown sugar. And a big old pork shoulder butt costs $19. And it'll feed you and your family for 3 days. You can make tacos out of it. You can make sandwiches out of it. You can also just toss it on salad. $20. It is glorious. Pulled pork is like an inflation cheat code. Hell yeah, man. You do it on the smoker for 12 hours? Since I'm in an apartment, I just do it in the oven. You do the first 30 minutes in the oven on like 425 to get a nice sear on the fat cap. You sear the fuck out of that fat cap, and then you drop the oven down to 300 degrees and then just slow cook it until the meat thermometer says 190, which is usually like 7-8 hours. And that is the most glorious thing. And you just need one of those like elevated pans, like with like a rack, and you put water under the roast, and you just keep feeding water to it. And it makes it so it will never dry out.
Hello, adventurer.
Ooh, shot of hatred. And keep those. Approaching 40 million silver. I think the most silver I've ever had is 50 million. That was right before the Brill normal drop, I think. At 50 million going into that. And then I had like nothing going to 1590. And then now I tap my 20 to 21 weapon on my main like once a week. So everything accumulates pretty fast. If you just don't hone for like a week, you'll accumulate an overwhelming amount of silver and gold if you're playing the game. Like obviously if you're not playing, then you're not going to accumulate anything, but so Faceless says, "Hey, last night you were talking about your community trying to get raid groups together. Is that something that usually is filled up?"
I swear this will improve your life.
So in our Discord, we have a looking for group channel. It's LFG. And people in the Discord are always coordinating stuff there. Like always. Every single person that plays Lost Ark is under the role Lost Ark. So you can just add Lost Ark under the looking for group if you're making a group. You can also add everybody saying, "Hey, I was looking to do Vicus or whatever around 9 p.m. Eastern." And it's good to, like, you know, say Eastern or Central or whatever, as people are on different parts of the country. But yeah, so a lot of people use the looking for group, and then we also, when we're making groups and we need to fill, we choose to ping the looking for group channel before we take pugs. So we try to prioritize anybody that's in the Discord before we just like take random people. So that's kind of the way of things. And then we have 2 scheduled raids between 2 statics. So my static goes on at 10 p.m. on Wednesday and Thursday. And that is a, like, the roster is already set in stone kind of thing. And then there's a second static that goes around 8 p.m. and Mark, who's in Twitch chat, or has been in Twitch chat, I don't know if he's still listening. They're looking for 1 or 2 people, DPS, that are really strong DPS candidates, and ideally with good synergy. And yeah, so their group goes around 8 p.m. And then all weekend, people will randomly ping the looking for group channel, and they'll be setting raids up. But we try to, as like a rule of thumb that I have, I try to avoid creating more than 2 days of obligation for people to avoid burnout, which comes from my experience of leading WoW guilds in the past, like hardcore raiding guilds. Like, we used to do hardcore raiding like 3-4 days a week, and everyone gets burnout from that. And so if you force it, the obligation down to 2 days, it lets people focus heavily on just those 2 days, and then what you get done in those 2 days is what you get done. And then if you want to get more done, then you need to get better at farming the content. And then the people that want to do more after that can schedule it, but I'm not gonna like force people to get on more than 2 days a week. And if we get enough interest and enough people, we can have another coordinator do a 3rd static group. At some point I might do a like, just from a streaming standpoint, like I might do like a learning academy night stream on like Sundays or something, and then just it's me and a bunch of new people, and maybe some people from my static helping new people out, to try to get more new people involved in the game. Like last night we helped Luck get through Vicus, and he was apologizing the whole time. We felt bad because he was causing wipes and stuff, but I try to incorporate new people when I can. Because I don't want people to not feel like, you know, helpless, that they're not going to be able to do the latest content. That ability is so cool. Like a diving board. Like, I feel like they actually, like, went and recorded, like, a diving board springing upward. And added some bass to it. Let's listen again. So, Faceless still needs to learn Braille hard mode 5.6. You could 1 through 4 hard mode, could have been back only 4 days now. You learned a good bit watching us last night. Yeah, we did a lot of reps last night. So between the Artillerist and Pistoleer run, probably got to see a good amount of reps. The big things on 6 hard mode is that everything does a lot of damage, so you have to be very aware that a mechanic is going to kill you. And you need to dodge it. Like, oh, here comes a mechanic. You gotta dodge it. And then you gotta figure out how to do damage while dodging things. And then never waste your movement abilities, because she might randomly do a yellow mechanic that's gonna knock you off the board. I think with Angel coming out next week, like, our static is gonna be much stronger as you get the level 3 upgrade on your relic set, or on your ancient set rather. But we're also gonna have extra groups for Kai Angel, because it's only four people in each group. So that might be a good introduction if you're wanting to get involved in, like, the normal. I think you gotta be 1540 for the normal mode of that. So there will be a bunch of those groups. Are you perfect suppression, or are you the transformation? Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one to get involved in groups, but I mean, you do have good survival, so you have level 10, 2 level 10 gems. And you're gonna swap to Pistoleer?
I swear this will improve your life.
Arcana is really, really strong. Our highest damage dealer is an Arcana. His name is Gone. He is... I can't compete with him. Nobody can. He's always MVP. If he's alive, he's gonna be MVP on his Arcana. Arcana is really, really, really strong. And has a wonderful synergy because they do crit synergy. Just like Pistoleer is crit synergy. Or Deadeye, rather. So if you like Arcana, I would highly recommend it. Or the Pistoleer will become pretty good, I think, with the new changes, but I don't know when the new changes are going to come out, so... yeah, the Arcana's pretty nasty, man. But, yeah, and if you're interested in that, you can talk to Gon, who is our completely beast of an Arcana main. And he can give you the details on how to be good. And he's very friendly. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a break and I'll probably be on later tonight. Gotta get something to eat and then provide some deliverables to some of my clients, but you have a good